Player 4. But before we get into the countdown, your chance to win, we got some special guests here. One can talk, the other one speaks for itself. The Stanley Cup is here, and we have something that we need to talk to Stanley about today. Because the Thrashers are in the playoffs for the first time in the history of the franchise. And you know what? We'll do it just like the Marlins did. The best thing to do, Mike, is just act like we've been there before and just win it all.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's what we got to do.
Confidence.
Confidence, you know. Don't get swayed by, you know, oh, it's the first time, and, you know, what could possibly go wrong? Just go out and win it all. But you have a more important job because you get to walk around and escort the most important trophy in hockey, the world's oldest, right, trophy.
It's the oldest trophy in professional sports, 115 years old.
115 years old. Now, how much does the Stanley Cup weigh?
35 pounds.
35 pounds, and of course, whenever somebody sees the Stanley Cup, they always want to hold it over their head because that's always the one photo that we see for the winning team.
The hockey pose. Like
the hockey,
yeah,
they call it the hockey pose.
Hockey pose, guys hoisting it up over their head. And people ask me every day when we do public appearances, can I grab it, can I lift it?
And you
my
say,
answer is,
no.
You gotta go out and earn the right.
You gotta go out and earn the right.
Yeah, you gotta get a little blood, sweat, and tears in there to hoist it up over your head.
Now, how many times have people asked you that?
Oh, if I had a nickel, I'd be up there in Forbes magazine.
And first presented in 1893.
Yeah, to the Montreal Amateur Athletic Association. It was an amateur trophy in the beginning. Anybody could play for it. And it became a professional trophy in 1910, named after Lord Stanley, who was the Governor General of Canada. And now it goes international. I mean, obviously we've got teams in Canada and the United States and players from both the United States and Canada. We got Russians and Swedes and Czechs and Slovaks and Ukrainians. I mean, we're all over the world with this thing now.
Now, okay, when the Thrashers win the Stanley Cup, which is Mike, going to go ahead and say that, when they win, what will happen after we win? You know, because, you know, Blue Land is going to be in full effect this weekend, got a couple of games left, and then we get ready for the playoffs, and people can still get tickets and come down and see the Thrashers in action. So what happens after we win the trophy? Does it come here?
Well, here, I got to, first of all, I work for the Hall of Fame, so I got to go with it if you guys win.
Oh!
You know, hey, I think you guys got a great shot. There's no doubt about it. I love the Thrashers' chances.
Right.
They're a great organization. I am really excited that they're in the playoffs for the first time. And I'm telling you, the people of Atlanta, I mean, the whole playoff experience, the 4 rounds, if they go that far, is incredible to watch. The atmosphere, the excitement in the building is going to be intense, and not just in the building, but around the city of Atlanta. And if they win the Stanley Cup, the cup will be here in the Atlanta area. The players will probably be out having a parade with it. In years past, guys like to go bar hopping with it in the community.
Right.
Have some fun, so the fans and the public will have an opportunity to probably get close and touch it if they win. And then the guys also do some great things in the community. They'll take it to schools and hospitals.
Right.
And they really take it out in the community. This is considered the People's Trophy, and now you guys have had experiences winning World Series down here. And now the World Series really doesn't go outside of the stadium after they win, whereas the Stanley Cup is the People's Trophy, and they really do bring it to the people, and players try and share it. Not just players, coaches, and the organization. Try and share it with as many people as they can in the area. Usually, the first week or so, that'll be time spent in the city, and then we start doing the player rotation. Each member of the winning team gets 1 day with the Stanley Cup.
Really?
Yeah, they get to take it home with them to wherever they happen to live in the world. And so, as I mentioned...
Now, does it come in a case?
Yeah, it's got a special roadie case.
Okay.
It's foam fitted and designed for the cup.
Do you check that?
We do, actually, yeah.
You check it?
You check and pray. You check and pray.
Now, you're going to check that when you leave here?
Yeah. I mean, ever since going on, we've...
What would happen if you get... Mike, where's your luggage? What do you mean? It hasn't come up yet? Come on, you don't send that. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
right?
We do.
You don't send that.
I've had the odd experience where it has not made it, and I can tell you it's not a good thing.
Where's the Stanley Cup?
I've been in Europe, and the cup's been in North America, and vice versa.
Right.
And then the odd time, if I'm traveling through the U.S., if it didn't make its connect or whatever, and you know, you go up with your baggage tag, and you're saying, you know, excuse me, here's my number, I didn't get my bag, and by the way, it's the Stanley Cup, and you just see the eyes pop out of the person going, holy, you know.
Right. Now, how did you, I mean, being the historian traveling with the Stanley Cup, how did you get this job?
That's a great question. I really don't know.
I'm like, you know,
I was in the right place, right time. I mean,
we need somebody to hold this thing. Who wants to do it for the next 10 years?
I used to use a joke.
What's Mike Ball doing?
work for the Hall of Fame in Toronto. I've been there since '95, and in '99, 2000, Phil Pritchard, Vice President of Hockey Operations for the Hall of Fame, came and approached me and asked me if I'd be interested in doing this. And you know, it was a thrill and an honor. And as I tell people, I couldn't have bought this much fun. I mean, I've done so many cool things. I've had on the space shuttle. I've traveled to neat places like Siberia and Red Square. I've been to Japan with it. I've been to the Arctic Circle, and I've been to Mexico, and I've shot commercials. I've met celebrities from movie stars and rock stars and a variety of different stars. Actually, last year I met a great Atlanta celebrity, Little John.
That's right.
We had the cup in his Lamborghini, and he had his pimp cup there.
He didn't put any crumb juice in there, did he?
I think he wanted to. I had to give him the big no there, but we had a lot of fun. He's a huge hockey fan, and his kid plays hockey too, so he came out and his kid got some pictures and stuff. So, I mean, that's the neat part of the job. You get to meet so many cool people all over the world, and everywhere you go, people are happy to see the cup and happy to see. Well, I don't know if they're happy to see me. They're happy to see the cup.
So, you know, how can people get a chance to see it? Is there going to be another opportunity, or just kind of like, do you have?
Well, I mean, it's gonna. Yeah, I don't know if there's really going to be any real public.
No.
Time. We're kind of just because we're in and out. We're hitting all the. We're hitting all
Stanley
60.
Cup has this, like, only Secret Service. Like, there's one guy like,
Yeah, well, you're right. I mean, but here's the thing: the fans of Atlanta, all the hockey fans, and even if you're not, get on the bandwagon, start cheering, because if they win, the fans will get a chance to see this and come up close and touch it. So, I mean, you might get a chance if you happen to be in the right place at the right time, but there is no public appearances for the thing, so you might get a glimpse of it the next day or so. After that, you got to keep your fingers crossed. Maybe in the conference finals, we might be back in the market if they go to the Final Four. And of course, if they go to the Stanley Cup.
Would you bring it back to the All-Star game in January?
Absolutely, we'll be here in January.
Okay, so that will be another.
Yeah, we'll be here in January for sure.
All right, there you go. Thanks for stopping.